Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Wednesday Wares. This week I thought we'd go over an art showcase of some of the orders this week and also what's coming up. Now that Halloween has passed into the embers, but that doesn't mean it has to be over, because Halloween can be every day, and so we'll look at some art and also go over what's coming up next. First thing I'd like to show you this week, I got an order for one of the hanging books, Edgar Allan Poe, Tales of the Grotesque and Arabesque. And for those that don't know, the hanging books are just that. So they're books, they're antique books I get that are salvaged. And what I do, I repair them. You can see here, this was very badly damaged. I put the pages back together again and then turn it into a art piece. So like rescue it from probably being thrown away, to be honest, which is very sad, but that's what happens. So the pages are fixed in place, and so this becomes an artwork. So it has the hanger on the back, and also I put these stickers on because in the world of these books, I like to imagine these books came out of a very ancient library, and they had their own library classification systems, and these are remnants of them. So that's the hanging book. We also, this week, order of the Dance of Death. There's a print here, so every time you get a print you also get an historical description on the back. So Dance of Death, 15th century. This was a very happy metaphor to remind people that no matter your stations in life, you would all meet your end. This came about mostly because the 14th century was such a horrible experience to live through, and so it left a permanent psychological mark on the art afterwards. Also, talking about that, we've actually had a lot of plague orders this week. So the 2 plague bottles this week. There's the plague bottle there. These bottles are cast from actual historical medicine bottles from the 18th and 19th century, and then artwork is placed on them that comes from actual historical medical recipes. There's 2 of those. Also the Skull and Bones poison bottle. This also is based on an historical original. If you were living by candlelight with lots of poisonous substances in your house, at some point somebody came up with the idea that rather than risk the chance of picking up any bottle and swallowing the contents, also because the population in the country could not read, a large population, a portion of the population could not read, so someone came up with the idea of having a very visual guide and also a very tactile guide to determine what was in bottles, and so these poison bottles is how these came about. Also, the mummy powder, another order this week. And again, we've gone over this before, but this was common all the way from the 15th century to the 19th century. It was ground up mummy, called mummia. However, what people thought they were taking was not what it actually was. There was a confusion over the first travellers who travelled to Egypt, and they thought that they were consuming mummia was bitumen, which is the Persian word for mummia, and but it wasn't ground up mummies. It was actually bitumen, and so they for hundreds of years people were consuming mummies that had no medical purpose whatsoever. We also have the tombstones. This is Prince Prospero from Masque of the Red Death by Edgar Allan Poe. These are cast in plaster of Paris. Also another tombstone this week. Ichabod Crane and the Legends of Sleepy Hollow. We also have the plague water. So you can get it on a bottle and also on a wooden plaque. These wooden plaques here are 18th century wood. These came out of a house in Massachusetts. That was the flooring. Also a witch plaque. Zoom in on the details on there. A bit of shine, but so there's that. Also, the Jersey Devil plaque, the 13th child of Mother Lee and the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. Also, something else I wanted to tell you, if you are in Massachusetts or anywhere in the surrounding area, this weekend I'm going to be at the Oddity Market at Mill Number 5 in Lowell, which is a fantastic venue. So come by and discuss history and look at some art if you're around that area. And lastly, for the coming season, I've already had a few requests to put the Ebenezer Scrooge tombstones on the website, so they will go up on the website today. They start out looking like this. This one does not have the artwork on it yet, but this is what they look like. And you can hang them from your tree. There will be one Ebenezer Scrooge one, and there also would be a Jacob Marley one too, so have a look at the website for that. And thank you for watching another Wednesday Wares. All the art can be found on the website www.ofgraveconcern.com, and also for more tales of dark history and inspired historical art, follow @ofgrave.concern. Thank you for watching.